Hey Safari Family team, great to have you back with us and listening to an awesome trip that we have just done up to Maputaland, northern end of Zululand, where we went into the Tembe Elephant Reserve. And this was a fabulous day trip that we've just done from Jazini. We have done Tembe many times before. It's one of our favorites. It's a really different park. It is run by Zimvelo KZN Wildlife, and it is a 4x4 only game reserve. So if you don't have a 4x4, sorry for you, find a friend or hire a vehicle and make your way there. And the reason for that is that the reserve is kind of located in a sand forest, and the sand gets very soft there and very difficult terrain to drive through, and you could find yourself getting stuck. And when you meet an elephant on a one-way road through that forest, things could get pretty tight. We made a lovely drive in there this morning. Took about 2 hours from Jazini, just because it's a slow drive through Jazini town, and the traffic and the people and the goats and the cattle. Beautiful drive over the dam wall of the lake. And you make your way to the entrance to Jazini, or to Tembe. And then when you get there, you will sign in. If you have a wild card, it's valid. Wild cards work there, and golden rhinos, and you can sign in and visit the reserve for free. Just a note, as for all the parks, is that you're not allowed to fly drones in the parks, so please stick to the rules, guys.
So right now we're at Tembe, and we've just gone to reception to tell them that we're here, and now we're going for a little game jam.
Siyabonga kakhulu. Safari Family.
So when you go into the park, we normally take a right and we go straight off to the really popular Mella Hide. Now the Mella Hide is a really famous hide in Tembe, and I must say at this point that kudos to the honorary officer group that operate in Tembe and in Dumu. They have revamped this hide and it looks absolutely magnificent. What they've done is, it's typically always been an upstairs part of the hide with the bottom on stilts, kind of open area. They've closed this in, they have turned that bottom into a hide as well, and what they have done is they've made it wheelchair friendly or disabled friendly, and they've done a parking area with conveyor belting outside, and they've put conveyor belting down the entire walkway to the blind. And then within the bottom level of the blind, they put conveyor belting onto wooden floors, where you can pull up a wheelchair and be able to enjoy the hide instead of being able to go up the stairs like in the past. So you've got the option of upstairs or downstairs, and obviously you overlook the hide. Now, one of the popular things about this hide is that, the waterhole for that matter, is that waterhole is a feature on AFRE Cam. I'll put a link in the description below of AFRE Cam, where it's a 24-hour real-time camera that you can log on to on the internet and watch what's happening at this hide at any time. And we do this often at home, and we just let it roll in the background, and we've often seen big ellies in there, we've seen lion, we've seen black rhino, we've seen lions trying to catch rhino, and then nyala and impala and all the bird life that goes with it. So yeah, it's a great thing to log into, but it's a very active hide, and a lot of game comes to drink at this waterhole. From Maputaland, there's a variety of options, a network of roads through the park. Now the park is 30,000 hectares. It's a reasonably new park. It was proclaimed in 1983, and it is a Big Five reserve, with lions having been introduced, as well as wild dogs. And yeah, it's a very thick reserve, full of sand forest, which in sand forest is the native habitat for one of Africa's smallest antelope called the Livingston Sunni, and they do occur in this reserve. It's sort of one of the highest concentrations of them in South Africa. But the swamp road, you got an east and a west swamp road. If you take the east swamp road, it's the nicer of the two from a game viewing perspective. You got a bit of grassland. You're driving really close to the swamp. The Muzi swamp, and you got a really good chance of seeing things like buffalo and lion and ellie along there. Some of your grazing species are out there. Your zebra will be out along there as well, and buffalo. Now Tembe is really next level for birding. It's a great birding destination with a lot of specials. So Conor is going to be, Conor is being very strong. He's a growing boy, and he can bench press an elephant leg. Fine.
Come on, Connor. There they go.
Come on, come on. Okay, one rep.
One by yourself.
Come on. What's wrong with you? This is only one elephant bite, leg bite. Hannah says she's stronger than Connor.
But not with her legs. Okay, right. I can't. Okay, 3, 1.
So the only form of accommodation in Tembe is the community camp, which is inside the park. It is a smaller camp. It is, I wouldn't say rustic, but it has a really awesome sort of backpacker feel to it. You all sit around in a dining area. There's a small curio shop, a small bar, and you sit around the fire in the evenings. There's a small pool. It's located in the sand forest with a series of sort of really well appointed safari tents set up through the bush. Can't remember how many there are, but I'll give a detailed account of the camp in a next video. Overall, Tembe was an absolute, or is an absolute great place. Wonderful adventure through there. Just one of our favorite parks in KwaZulu-Natal. So Safari family definitely recommends getting down and dirty and engaging 4x4 and getting into the sand and going and looking at some big elephants and a bunch of birds in Tembe. Go and do it. Safari family out.